Saludos familia, les habla Jesús, administrador del grupo Todo sobre Lucha Libre, y hoy en la entrevista del día tenemos al luchador Jake St. Patrick. Hello, my friend, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm blessed. How about you, my friend?
Very, very good. I'm very excited to have you here with me. You were well recommended by Vernon Black, so let's go ahead. Tell me your story. Why did you become a wrestler?
Oh man! First and foremost, my granddad, he was a wrestling fan back in the 70s and 60s. He was a major wrestling fan. Ric Flair,
Wow.
Buddy Rogers, superstar Billy Graham, Hulk Hogan, of course, Andre the Giant, Roddy Piper. But his favorite was Junkyard Dog. So anytime a Junkyard Dog match came on, he's watching it. I'm watching it with him. 5 years old, we get a 1991 Royal Rumble VHS tape. If everyone knows what that is.
Yeah.
Pop that into the VCR. First match on the card is the Rockers, Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels versus the Orient Express.
Oh my God.
The way I saw Shawn Michaels sell and move during that match, that right there was like, that was it. That was the first piece to the puzzle right there. And I was like, yep, this is what I want to do. And
that match was the one who hooked you up.
That match right there, it was like, of course, it was everything after that, the actual Royal Rumble. Because first of all, on the case of the VHS, you had all the colorful characters. You had Ultimate Warrior, you had the Legion of Doom, you had Demolition, you had the Macho Man Randy Savage. All those guys that are just so colorful. And then you got Mr. Perfect on there, Bret Hart on there, the Undertaker on there, Big Boss Man on there. You got so many of these guys, the colorful characters, and it's like, man, when you're a kid, you just see colors and you see people, and you're like, oh my God, this looks nice. Let me go ahead and watch it. And then when you finally watch it, and you see what it is, like, oh man, this is pretty cool stuff. And then, off to the races, everything really went.
Okay, who trained you?
I have several trainers. I first started at the 01 USA Dojo in Champaign, Illinois, which is where I'm from. That's where I started. My trainers were Bear St. Pierre and Jordan Perry. Then I moved to Fort Lauderdale, Florida in 2015, about a year after I started training already. And I began training with Pablo Marquez, Gangrel, David Heath, Rocky Johnson, rest in peace, Rusty Brooks, rest in peace, and also Jimmy Jannetty. So I had a plethora of trainers when I went to South Florida. And then now I'm training with WWE Hall of Famer Devon Dudley at the 2D Devon Dudley Academy.
Oh my God. Okay, how many years have you been so far a wrestler?
I started training in 2014, and then my first match was, I believe, March of 2015. So I've been wrestling for about 6, almost 7 years.
Okay.
But if you want to count when I started training, 7 years almost exactly.
Okay. Let's try to remember your first match. How was your emotions that day?
I was excited, anxious, nervous, had the butterflies all in my stomach. But it was also a tag team match also. So, I didn't get my feet wet with the singles match, thank God. They broke me in easy with a tag team match, so that way I wouldn't, have to remember so much and I wouldn't have to do so much, which was really, really good. But of course, the training with the singles matches also helped me practice with, or help me get comfortable enough to be able to have a singles match later on. But that first match was a tag match. Nervous, of course, but when that music hit, everything went out the window. I was excited. I was like, yes, I'm finally doing it. I'm finally, it's coming true. It's coming true. It's happening. So very much excitement, but a little nervousness as well.
Are you a heel or a face?
I am whatever the promoter wants me to be.
Okay. Before we start the interview, I told you have some kind of resemblance like Kofi Kingston, and you told me that a lot of people told you that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think it's the dreadlocks, but mine are long.
Yeah, I think so. Well, I was looking into your social media and I saw that you are in the AEW. How was that? How do you get into the AEW?
So I'm not signed with AEW. That is one of the biggest misconceptions that when a lot of people see us on
Yeah.
AEW Dark or AEW Dark Elevation, they assume that
Mhm.
we are completely affiliated with AEW, and we're not. We're just called
Okay.
enhancement talent or extra talent. But I do get that call quite often, and I guess that's just because I'm a good worker. I'm not sure if they see anything in me right now or for the future. But as of right now, I have been doing a lot of extra work for them, and it has actually been pretty good. It's been pretty cool to get that be able to have that platform with AEW. Thank you, Tony Khan. Thank you, QT Marshall. Thank you, Brian Cage. Thank you, Chris Jericho. Thank you, everybody who was giving me that opportunity to be at AEW. I really appreciate every time I get to be there. Sean Dean, shout out to Sean Dean, captain. That's my man right there. Um, but yeah, man, it's been very exciting. Almost surreal because it's like
Hmm.
I'm getting closer. Like you feel like you're getting a step closer to getting
Well,
that goal that you want, and the
if
ultimate
they are,
goal is to eventually get signed somewhere.
yeah, if they are calling you, it's because they are seeing something in you that they want.
Exactly.
Yeah, maybe someday you will get there, without any worries, and they put you a contract and say, okay, sign here. You're going to be part of AEW.
hopefully.
The
Praying that.
sky is the limit.
It is. It definitely is.
Yeah. Okay. Aside from AEW, are you an independent wrestler or do you belong to any wrestling company?
No, I'm an independent wrestler. So if you are willing to book me, find me on social media. Find me on YouTube. My email, I will give you guys that later. But if you want to book me outside the state of Florida, because I am stationed in Orlando, Florida right now, if you want to book me in
Okay.
the state of Florida, outside the state of Florida, please hit me up. Hit me up.
Well, I just interviewed a couple of days your good friend Vernon Black, and he's already coming to Puerto Rico. Maybe someday we can see you here too.
Man, I would love. You know what? I've never been to Puerto Rico, let alone wrestled there. So I would love to go to Puerto Rico and wrestle.
Well, you never know. Vernon Black put in Facebook that he's coming very soon to Puerto Rico, and he recommend you. So maybe someday I can see something on your Facebook saying, "Hey, I'm going to Puerto Rico."
Finally going to Puerto Rico. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna try to make that happen real soon.
Okay, how was your match against the Lucha Brothers? They are very famous wrestlers. How do you feel on that match?
So I pretty much wrestled almost every style. I'm sorry, I've wrestled against almost every style. The big man style, the strong style, the
Okay.
fast paced, high flying style, the lucha style. The technician style,
Mhm.
submission style. I've pretty much wrestled against every single style. So I wasn't too nervous because they're big names, and I mean those
Mhm.
guys are they're beyond talented, beyond talented.
Yeah.
So of course the initial you see your name versus the Lucha Bros, you're like, yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but once that initial feeling of oh my god I'm wrestling the Lucha Bros, once that initial feeling kind of dwindles down a little bit, you get focused on the match. You're like, all right, this is what I need to do to make sure that you know I get what I need to get done. And so like for me, that's my main focus. Is all right. I'm listening to Lucha Bros, and then 5 minutes later, it's like, all right, let's get to work.
Would you like to go to Mexico to learn how the Mexican wrestling is?
You know what? I would love to learn different styles of it. I would definitely love to learn the Mexican style, the Japanese style, the UK style too. I want to be able to travel all over the world, so that way I can learn different styles, and that way I can implement them into my arsenal.
Okay, so maybe we can see you to New Japan.
Oh, hey, like you said, the sky's the limit. Anything can happen in wrestling.
Well, if you dream it, maybe it can come true. I don't know. Right now, it's an honor to have a partner and wrestle the Lucha Brothers. I mean, you're
Yeah,
just telling very cool. And I don't know why, but I think that AEW is seeing something in you, and soon, more soon than you are imagining, you're gonna be signing a contract with them.
man, hope so. I hope so. I really do
Just
hope so.
just cross your fingers and wish it well.
I'm crossing my fingers and my toes.
Can you imagine having a match with somebody like Chris Jericho?
I've had a tag team match versus Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels. I would say those probably been like the biggest name vets that I've had match against so far.
What about a match against Christian?
I would love a match against Christian. He's, again, I grew up watching these guys, so like being able to have a match with
Yeah.
the guys that I grew up watching, that is like a bucket list check off right there. Like
And
when I got to wrestle against Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian, I watched them growing up, so it's like I'm actually in the ring with them. And even though I was not able to touch Billy Gunn, I was in a match with him and his sons. So I'll take that. And again, that's another guy that I watched growing up. So it's like, bro, I got a match with Billy Gunn. Oh my
and, and and what about if they call you and your partner to face CM Punk and Daniel Bryan?
I'm probably gonna need to change my underwear if they ever say something like that. Yeah.
Can you imagine something like that? Like they calling you, okay, we need you and your partner here. You're gonna have a match. You know with whom? CM Punk and Daniel Bryan.
I'm probably gonna pass out, hang up the phone. I'm not gonna think it's real.
It would be great because, like you say, there are people that you admire. There are people that you say, "Oh, I want to be like him," and having them face to face and having a match, winning or losing is gonna be something that you're gonna learn.
Exactly. Exactly.
I mean, wow! I know what you mean. That maybe people are seeing you in the AEW and they say, "Oh, he has a contract," but I really hope so. And if they, like I said, if they are calling you, it's because they are seeing something in you. So I don't think they will calling you if they say, "Oh, this is no good."
I feel you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, yeah. Imagine that when somebody calls you, it's because they saw something in you. No, not everybody have the opportunity that you have and your partner has so far. So you better grab it, you better reach it, and you better make it your own.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Just don't forget where you come from. Just don't forget what was the wrestling company that gave you the first match. Don't forget about anything on this. Don't let your maybe your ego get more bigger than you.
I'm too humble for that.
Okay,
Way too humble for that. I think you
I
know what?
like it.
I've been told a lot that I'm a little bit too humble.
Yeah.
But that's just how I am. That's just how I was, I was raised to, like you said, never forget where you come from. Never forget that you
Uh,
were at the bottom before. You've been down and out before. And you can also get back to that point. Don't ever get so high to where you don't remember the lows.
yeah, because some people get the ego so high and they don't remember anybody. Your first wrestling company, the first person who give you an interview, and well, someday that wrestling company will fire you, and you will try to return to your roots, and they will say, "No, I don't want you here because you have a big ego." I'm gonna be very sorry.
Yeah.
So, have you win so far any championship belt or not?
I have been the Project Revolution Wrestling Cruiserweight Champion.
Okay.
That's up in Chicago. Phoenix Pro Wrestling Champion. I Pro Wrestling Cruiserweight Champion. I have been WXW Cruiserweight Champion, and I have been Coastal Championship Wrestling Southeastern Champion.
Oh my God. So, putting aside all the names that I told you, which will be your dream match
A dream match right now.
right now? It's a tough one, huh?
It's so many names that come to mind. So many names that come to mind.
Okay.
Oh man, you know what? I if you know what,
I
out of
put him
all
to
those
I
names, if
put
I
him to
had to,
think.
and this is just with active wrestlers, because of course, if it was with any wrestler of all time, Shawn Michaels would have been the first name out of my mouth. But since he's not an active wrestler right now, I know that's not going to happen. Shawn Michaels ain't getting back in the ring. So If I had to pick one person right now, out of all the names that are on that list, because there's a lot of names on that list, it's about
Hmm.
10, 15 of them. But if I had to pick one, it would be one of the guys, again, that I grew up watching as a kid. And that man is Rey Mysterio.
Really?
Rey Mysterio. Yes. That would
Okay.
be that would be one of those I'm gonna have to change my underwear matches.
Oh my God, we Rey Mysterio. He's very quick.
Exactly. I've watched him for a long time.
You know that I interviewed somebody from Mexico and he told me that he's very humble too. He's this kind of person who can share with anybody on a birthday party. And I was like, really? Rey Mysterio? Said, yeah, Rey Mysterio is a very humble guy.
Yeah, I've heard so many good stories about it. Man, if I meet him, man, I don't know what I'm gonna
Well,
do.
I really like that because he's a superstar. And when they told you he's humble, you are like, okay, because sometimes you don't believe that these guys are humble. You know, sometimes you think they are like very big egos and all that.
Yeah, some of them don't, but yeah, I've heard so many great stories. That he's one of those guys that he'll give you the shirt off of his back.
Hmm. Well, maybe that much can be true. I don't know. Maybe if you don't get a contract with AEW, you don't know if maybe Vince McMahon could give you a call and he say, "I want you here."
I hope so. I hope so.
Waiting for not telling you you're fired. No, no,
I
no,
don't
no.
want to
We
hear
don't.
those two words.
But I know if you continue to do the great job you're doing, like I say, I know AEW is going to see a very great wrestler and your partner too, of course, and they're going to give you a contract and maybe some of the dream matches you have in your mind, maybe they will come true. Imagine also being in a ring face to face with Sting. Can you imagine that?
I've met Sting. I haven't been in the ring with him, but I've met him. Man,
Mm.
I froze. I'm not gonna lie, I froze because again, he's another one of those guys that I watched growing up.
Yeah, that's why when you are there, imagine you like a boy in a candy store.
Yeah, yeah, definitely like that. I'm a little kid again.
Well, like I told you, like I say, as a lot of guys, the sky is the limit. Maybe you never dream to be with people like them, like seeing all those guys. And right now, you are with them. You are face to face. You talk to them, and you never know. Maybe you will know a couple of more guys that you say, "Oh, I remember watching you having your matches when I was a little kid."
Yeah, man, that's man. All of that stuff will be just is like a whole drink from truth. Like even thinking about it, it's just literally just it's humbling just to even think about it.
Yeah, I really hope so. I really wish you the best. That's why when Bernard Black gave me your name, I say he's gotta be a good guy because nobody recommends somebody if they don't believe they're great guys.
Yeah, even though Vernon Black gives me a lot of griff, he's a really good guy.
Oh, so if people want to reach you, uh, how can they find you on the social media?
Sure. So my Twitter is Bangarang Jake. That is BANGERANG Jake.
Uh,
Bangarang Jake. That's my Twitter handle. Facebook is just Jake St. Patrick. That is JAKEST period. No space. Keep the ST period PATRICK. That is my Facebook. My Instagram is Jake underscore St. Patrick. Again, can't space anything out. So again, Instagram, Jake underscore St. Patrick. Facebook, Jake St. Patrick. Twitter, at Bangarang Jake. And also, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. That would be Jake St. Patrick Wrestler or Jake St. Patrick Wrestling. Type that in. I should pop right up. Hit the subscribe button on that YouTube channel. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram. Like my pictures. Comment. Share. Post. Do all of that stuff. If you want to book me, my email is pjake2@yahoo.com. So that's pjake2@yahoo.com. If you want to book me through email, but also you can also message me on Instagram, just message me on Facebook, message me on Twitter, message me on YouTube, everything. If you want to book me, holla at your boy.
Bueno, mi gente, Jake St. Patrick, búsquenlo en las redes sociales para más entrevistas. Si usted quiere que vaya a su país para que luche también, please write to him. Maybe if you want some more interviews and if you want to book him to go to your country, book him. He's a good wrestler. I recommend him very well. So, any words you want to say before we end this interview?
I just want everybody to know one thing, that this is the Jake of all trades, and every day is St. Patrick's Day.
Oh my God. Bueno, mi gente, esto ha sido toda la entrevista del día. Pendiente a una nueva entrevista. Thank you very much, Mr. Jake. I wish you the best of the best, and I know that you're gonna go higher and higher and higher, and you will say to yourself, "I can't believe where I am right now."
Man, yes, yes. Blessings, blessings, and blessings.
Yeah, blessing, a lot of blessing. Have a nice day.
You too. Thank you so
Thank,
much.
thank you.